Damn, the camera fell out. Let me repeat what I just said. I didn't. Well, it says here. Let me read it again. First John chapter 2, verse 5. Whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of the heavenly Father perfected. Hereby we know that we are in him. Now here it comes, verse 6. He that saith, he abideth in him, ought himself also so to walk, even as he walked. So that means that in Yahawashi, all the things that he does, you're supposed to be doing it too. If he wasn't lining up his hair, you're not supposed to be lining up your hair. If he wasn't lining up his beard, if he wasn't eating shrimp, pork, and all that type of nonsense, if he was teaching against adultery and all that, because he taught against it. The woman that was caught in the very act, John chapter 8, he was teaching against it. So therefore, you shouldn't be doing that on the same type tip, you know? I want to throw some shots right now, but I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what? You know what you did. You know, you got guys out here. You got guys out here. Bye-bye. You got guys out here, right? And trying to get with girls, knowing damn well that the girl just like, you know. Are you still with him? Come on, man. You know how things go. You know how things go. You should know better. You know what I'm saying? Stop being greedy. Stop being greedy. If you know that a guy is with a girl, you know what I'm saying, and they have a little breakup, don't be trying to put your little fucking ugly ass mitts up in there. Trying to be like, yo, but they broke up though. My man. Stay away from that girl at least for like 6 months to a year. And you really know, like, okay, ain't nothing going on but the rent, motherfucker, the rent. But anyway, ain't nothing going on between them. Then you could go up in there. But some people are fucking, they're satanic and they're greedy. And they want to come over as righteous, but they ain't. But anyway, let me leave that. I want to say more, but let me just leave that. It's basically, Yahawashi taught against it, you know? So you're supposed to be on that same type of level too. And you're supposed to teach the same thing too. Why? Because he taught it. Therefore you need, as I was saying, the word model, if you check out the definition of the word model, it means something to model yourself after. So all these females that's on a model, you're not a fucking model. Because you're not supposed to be your daughters are not supposed to be acting like them. That's not a model, you know? A model is something that you model yourself after. Yahawashi is the ultimate model. Nehemiah is a model. Talking about the prophet Nehemiah, smack the shit out you if you got a hedonistic wife and you want to teach your kids you know hedonistic shit. You know, that prophet I'm talking about. You know, all the whole scriptures, all the prophets are models. Those are the real models of Yahawashi that you should be following. Okay, so let me go back to over here. What was I again? Let me see. Matthew 19. Isaiah 19, sorry. Isaiah 19 and 1. Isaiah. I can drop this. Too much in my hand anyway. Isaiah 19 and 1. Titled The Doom of Egypt, right? Which is talking about America. And it's talking about the rest of the Edomite places upon the planet Earth. Because they joined forces with them. Because when the Israelites was going to fall, it wasn't one tribe. It was all of them. So when the Edomites are going to fall, guess what? It's not going to be just one tribe of Esau or something like that. Only Amalek and the rest of the elites of Esau. It's going to be all of them. From the west of the world, even unto the east of the world. Which is in Russia and Australia. Well, Russia is a little bit north, but not a little bit. It's north, but still. It's called basically a little bit eastern. North. Northeast, I would say. Even south, like South Africa and stuff like that. So, from the east, from the west to the east, and from the north to the south. How about that? So everywhere Esau is, Most High is going to change that. So it says right here, Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt, Mizraim, which is modern day Esau right about now. Anyway, the burden of Egypt. Behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Mizraim, Egypt, and all the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. Flying reindeer is going to be shaken up, because we are shaking them right now with the word of Yahawashi. You know how many Jacob descendants I told that, and they actually, it's like they wake up. I don't want to credit myself or something like that. I just say the spirit of Yahawashi. But it is funny, because if you say it like that, then they start to think, and I like that. I like the funny stuff where you know what I'm saying, where you learn stuff. Like, yeah, I like that. You know why? Because it make people think. Like, you're right. We are worshiping flying fucking reindeers. You know, you don't have to cuss, but I mean, like, you know, we are worshiping flying reindeers and stuff. Like, wait a minute, it's stupid, you know. But when you talk to women, they're gonna still do it. I see that. I ain't wasting my time too much with them, because I know, like, she gonna do it for the kids, or she gonna do it just for pleasure's sake, you know, have a fun time. It's gonna be fun watching you catch that fucking fire, nuclear fire, or just be destroyed. How about that? I told you. Isaiah chapter 19, first the rest of 1. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Yahawashi said, "This a house divided against each other shall not stand." Satan is divided against Satan, so he's not gonna make it. You know, you on that how you call that thing? You on that like that bed when you're about to die, and then they shock you. He's not making it. Give her some balm. You know, if it would be Babylon, would be healed. Give her some balm. It's not working. So Isaiah chapter 19, verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, because that's what they're doing. Witchcraft. They're a bunch of witches. Highly known as being devil worshippers. Everybody knows it, but not a lot of people are not thinking about it. Everybody knows about Holly Weird, that they do blood sacrifices and stuff. Everybody knows it, but they're not thinking. I'm gonna give you an example of a fact. Revelation chapter, listen carefully. Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan. What does that mean? That means the chief house of Satan. So what are they? You're fighting spiritually against the tough guy, Satan. You're fighting against him. That's what you're doing. Let me read it again. Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not. Did you get that? It says the chief worship house. Synagogues means chief worship house, or house of chief. You know, look it up. I don't want to say it like that. I will look it up for you. Wait. Synagogue, right? Synagogue. Synagogue. Huh? It's basically a place of worship. If you look it up, if you look at the word up, let me see. Definition. The definition of the word means a building where they say Amalekites. It says, I put Amalek. The building where Amalek assembly or Amalekites assembly or congregation meets for so-called religious worship and instruction. I said so-called because they believe in the Talmud, which is going into Satanism, by the way. Anyway, so the place of worship, right? So let me read it again. Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the place of worship of Satan, where they worship Satan. Those people that worship Satan, right? It says here, I will, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. So somewhere in time, in the future, people are going to figure out that the people that call themselves Jews are not the Israelites. They have nothing to do with Judah whatsoever. And they are the synagogue of Satan. Isaiah chapter 47, verse, precept upon that one. Isaiah 47 and 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Esau is a witch. The elites are witches. And when you go, everybody and their mama know about how they weird that they do witchcraft over there. But ain't nobody but ain't nobody actually focusingly paying attention toward it. Just like when they read the scriptures. They read it and it flies over their head. Therefore, in the book of Acts, it was asked, in the book of Acts chapter 8, verse 30 and 31, it was asked, understandest what thou readest? No. How can I except a man guide me? And therefore the Holy Spirit told him, go sit and break the scriptures down with him. Break bread. And then when you start explaining it to him, then when you leave, the Lord is going to keep on eating with him. If Yahawashi so desires, then the Lord is going to keep on eating with him. And then when you might come back to him, he gonna know more scriptures. That's a good thing. That's how you deal with Jacob's descendants. You know, you gear them up to where they don't need you no more. Whoop, now you go back to where you learned from. And stuff like that. Which is in Yahawashi most first and foremost. And then the men that have been sent by Yahawashi, starting with the elder apostles, well, not starting, that's the beginning, with the elder apostles on down at Great Millstone. And you stick there, because like I said, I always say this, I learn from wicked people. How about that? I learn from everybody. I literally learn from everybody. Because it's a dope thing to do. Because you learn, you learn for your good, for your own good. For example, you learn not to do that. Don't do that. Or you learn like, hey, that's a good thing. I'm gonna start using that too as an example. Stuff like that. You know, I can learn from the Edomite, and I can learn from everybody, man. Because that's what you're supposed to be doing on this planet Earth. Gather as much information and intelligence. Basically, I'm like a Trojan horse, right? Right? And then I start learning in the midst of the evil. Yeah. I know about the virus. I'm the virus to them. But anyway, I start learning, and then you basically grab that knowledge, and then you learn somebody else, and then from within their empire, you start rising up to the power of Yahawashi. And by that time that they realize, like, hey, shit, we got a Trojan growing here. He's getting bigger. Bullshit. You know, that's why Yahawashi said, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. They see you. They see us. You think that they didn't see the other apostles at Great Millstone? You think they didn't see them? Let me get that for you. Psalms 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Right? Verse 3. Who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So you think with their laws they ain't trying to get them? First and foremost, you think with their physical eyes they didn't see them? They didn't see the other apostles and stuff like that? Come on, man. That's not talking about that. That's talking about hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, means basically protect me from them. You know what I'm saying? When they shoot their arrows, it's going boom, 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 boom. You know, you got that olive oil upon you. It's not working. You know, that olive oil is very slippery. They can't catch it. So you slip up out that way. Slippery old, like a snake. You're supposed to be as a serpent. Anyway, fly away like a dove. But the dove ain't really scary. Because doves, they come around here, looking at you straight in your face. I got wild doves in my neighborhood. And sometimes I can feed them out my hand, man. You know what I'm saying? So, they're harmless. And they're one of the funniest birds, wild birds on the planet Earth, because they just come up to you. Just like them fishes, them koi fishes. You have a specific species of koi fishes. I don't know if they train them or something like that. But they actually come up to you and be like, hey man, what's up? Hey man, you got some food? And then you can give them some food and stuff like that. And they jump up in your hand too. So that's crazy. Anyway, we're supposed to be wise as serpent, harmless as dove. So, Lord willing, I am slippery. And I'm going to pull a fast one on you too. Hell, for Heavenly Father, look, at least I'm telling you what I'm going to do. They'll choke the shit out you. Cobras do choke. Actually, they don't. They eat you. They're very poisonous too. It's, boa constrictors and stuff like that. Mama. Anyway, I'll just fuse myself. How about that? I'll be both of them. A cobra, not a king. I'm a cobra. So, and a constrictor. Trick the shit out you too. Anyway, well, it's not trick actually, it's supplant, but that's another topic. But anyway, Psalm 64:2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. But that shows you that they see us, but Yahawashi shall protect us. That's the point. It's not like they don't see us, like hide me so they can't see me, because the Most High said in the book of Isaiah 30 and 20 something, 30 and 20 it says, thine eyes shall see thy teachers in the end days. So, let me get that real quick. So it's not talking about that you cannot see me. When King David was talking about hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Anyway, so it says right here. Isaiah 30 and 20. And though Yahweh give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. So we gonna see them. So it's not talking about hide as in hide. It's more of hide as in protect me against them. They see me, they know where I'm at, they know where you live at, man. You got a phone? They know when you on the toilet with your phone, man. And saying when you're on the toilet with your phone, they know exactly you taking a shit right now. Or at least they know you were in the toilet. And if you got an iPhone, they know everything about you and your mama. They know everything about y'all. Not that the Android is not able to be spied on, but the iPhone doesn't take pictures every second or something like that. Teaching the software about human anatomy. I'm gonna give you an example of a fact. When you look up the AI pictures, you will see that they are very bad with fingers. They need to learn. The software needs to learn. Same thing with if you type in a horse. If you type in a horse, he can't connect the feet, the horse legs actually, often. Just type in just any software. Look it up. Any software, they can't like limbs and stuff like that from horses or dogs, cats. They can't do it perfectly. The software doesn't know. So that's why one of the reasons I tell you, like, that thing is not intelligent. Intelligent is when you figure out shit for yourself. You have smart people. They're book smart. When you teach them something, they remember it better than the rest of the people, especially in school, when they read something and stuff like that. But an intelligent person, for example, he could just look at you and be like, oh, and then figure it out off of himself because he saw you do it, and then he'll do it, and then he'll do it better than you. That's intelligence. Or you're gonna look at him like, how the hell you didn't even go to school for that? Yeah, because he's intelligent. So that's what he has. Why is this a little bit of both of them, smart and intelligent? But it's more, not more, but it's also experience. Intelligent doesn't necessarily go into experience. But anyway, let me go. Eventually it does, because you're going to build it up, but that's another story. But anyway, let me go on. Now it says right here, the Revelation already? Yeah, Isaiah 30. Let me go back to Isaiah 19, right? So it says, Isaiah 19 and 4. I started at 3 again, because I was reading Isaiah 47 that shows you that Esau is a witch, because that is what they're doing. I mean, look how they started Disney. I remember Disney cartoon where they had Mickey Mouse dressed up as a witch or a warlock, and then he was doing magic and all that type of stuff. And I looked at it, and I remember that movie, because when I looked at it, I was like, since when does Mickey Mouse do magic? I saw that, never forgot it. Until this day, I'll remember that thing. How Mickey Mouse was turned into a wizard with the blue pointy hat, with the moon and the star. Now I know exactly what that thing is. That's Baal worship. Because he had the crescent moon. That's why you see a lot of magic things. You see like the blue. That's not necessarily the color, but I'll show you. Hey, what the hell? Oh man, what the hell? I'll show you something. So this one. This one. With the star and the crescent moon. Now if you look that up, it goes to Baal worship. That's what they're doing. They make you think like it's some kind of galaxy. No. It's star worship, moon worship, cow worship, the crescent moon from Egypt, Baal worship from Canaan, from the Assyrians. It's the same. All of them is the same. They just named it different names. I didn't even notice that guy was playing this music. Anyway, so it says here, Isaiah 19 and 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts. So that already happened then, but nowadays the Most High is going to make it to where the modern Egyptians, they're going to be ruled over by a cruel king, and I hope it's strong. The guy's like a funny liar. So it says right here, we're at 20 and 4. Here, this is what it's talking about. So let me get the precept for verse 4 that I just read. Isaiah 19 and 4 is the precept. Isaiah 20 and 4. So shall the king of Assyria lead away the Egyptians prisoners, and the Ethiopians captives, young and old, naked and barefoot, even with their buttocks uncovered, to the shame of Egypt. So that is what it's talking about if you read it as how it is written at that time. But if you read it now to the spirit of Yahawashi with the I self that Lord willingly, He gives you and stuff like that. Unto them the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven is not given, but unto you is. So, Lord willing, now so it's talking about Esau is going to be, basically the Egyptians are going to be taken over, and they're going to be made bare and made naked, just like how you have in Isaiah 47. Sorry, let me read that for you quick. Isaiah 47, verse. Isaiah 47 and 1. Now it says right here, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. And if you want to know who the virgin daughter of Babylon is, let me get Let me get it here so I can kick this one. Virgin daughter of Babylon. So who's the virgin daughter of Babylon? Right? It says right here, Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem. And that day was talking about in the time of first Ezra. Also in Jeremiah 40:34. Also there. Yeah. And first Ezra chapter 1, Jeremiah was mentioned also. Because he told Josiah, don't do it. It says in that chapter that Jeremiah told him, don't do that. The Lord is going to kill you. And Josiah didn't want to listen. So he died. So Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Read first Ezra chapter 1 for that. And then first Ezra chapter 4, it shows you that the Edomites took our places that we then left. Then they took our places and they stayed there for 70 years. 70 years. They took those places. First Ezra chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. One of those four, I think it's 4, maybe 3. Just read it for yourself if you have the time, you're going to find it. It's only 4 chapters, plus it's fun to read. You know, I like giving out, sometimes, I like giving out tasks. Why? Because I better keep it short. Why? Because if you give them too much, they don't feel like doing it. So what's the fun thing, how you can fun learn and teach? You give them a scripture, and then you talk about the power and stuff like that. Then go, hey, where does it say that? And then you give them the chapter. Boom. And then you let them read 1. Don't give them 2. So, sometimes I give them 2, but anyway, give them 1. Because they're going to be more interested. Like, hey, let's do this again. And then you do it again. And they keep on doing 1 chapter every time that you go up in the study or something like that. Just 1 chapter. But in that 1 chapter, I'm going to tell you the truth. We're going to hit 50 chapters or something like that for precepts. But not as the whole chapter. So when you just walk in the street, then you know where you've been because you only read 1 chapter. And then off of that, you got them precepts and stuff like that. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So it says right here, Psalms 137 and 8. Let me read 7 again. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem that said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So guess what? Who is the daughter of Babylon? Esau, Edom. He is the daughter of Babylon, and therefore he is the one that is going to be chin-checked. Right? So now back to Isaiah 47 and 1. So it says right here, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Let me read it again. So it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. A throne is something that you sit on, like a king sits on a throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans. So they are the daughter of the city Babylon, and they are the daughter of the people of the Chaldeans, which are the people of that region over there. But the point is that they modeled them. Here comes that word model again. They modeled themselves after the people, which were the Chaldeans, which were great witches, powerful warlocks, and all that type of stuff. They modeled themselves after those people, and they also modeled themselves after the city Babylon, which is a city known for doing witchcraft, a city known for doing trying to get everybody into one religion. If you read Genesis chapter 10, you will see that Ashur, he was like, nah, I don't want to hear nothing Nimrod has to say with all this gathering together bullshit. And then he left. He was like, fuck this shit, I'm not listening to you. Then he left, and then he went to Assyria. He went to Nineveh, and he rose up Nineveh. But if you read the scriptures, you will see that Nineveh, Ashur and Babylon are often mingled with each other because they had a lot of fights with each other, and then they was taken over by one another. For example, because Nebuchadnezzar was a Chaldean, but he was the king of Babylon. And then you had another Cushite, was also the king of Babylon. You know, that's Cushan. In Judges chapter 3, it shows you that. He was the king of Mesopotamia, which is the king of Babylon. Mesopotamia means the land between rivers. Assyria, which is ashore, which is Nineveh, was and Babylon. They were the land between rivers, which is that city over there, that region. Anyway, so you had that. So they're intertwinable with each other. They kind of mingle with each other, but there is a difference between them, you know. Right. So anyway, Nimrod. Nimrod wanted to get everybody together with one language, and the Most High was like, "Nah, I don't want that." But not before that, but around that time, Ashur was not having none of that neither. So he left. But the Most High put the spirit on him, like, "Don't listen to that bug-eyed motherfucker." You know, he wants to get everybody together, one world religion. We ain't doing that. That's why until this day they worship Nimrod, because Esau is the one that wants to spring over his one world religion into the one that he's living in right now. You know, so he wants to continue that. That's why I've been telling you, like, basically Satan has been winning for the last past 6,000 years. Going to, like, we're not in 2025. They just named it 2025. But 2,000 years ago, and then 4,000 years ago, which is in total is 6,000 years ago. That's about the time that all this was happening and stuff like that. So, as I said, from 4,000 BC, I'm not accurate on it, but I know history through history. 4,000 BC, it's a little bit more than that, but like I said, I'm not going to go accurate. Basically, 4,000 BC until zero, that's 4,000 years. And then add 2,000 to that, that's 2025 right now, right? Well, add 2,000, I'll just say 2,000. So that's 6,000 years. So for 6,000 years, evil has been running amok upon the planet Earth. And the Most High is going to make it to where the Jacob descendants are going to rule forever. Daniel chapter 7, let me get that real quick. Wait, let me hold it. And then I'll read it afterward. Daniel chapter 7. Crazy. Women's stories. I used to call it train or something like that. But anyway, Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Why? Because everybody and their mama want to go to America because they see that city as a tender and delicate, beautiful woman that is just full of gold and ornaments and all these sexy scents, you know, the sweet smells and all that type of stuff. You know, for example, if a woman passed by and she doesn't have a sweet smell, you're not going to think about her 5 minutes later because the smell is going to linger, right? It's going to linger around, and then you're going to be like, hey, that girl, I can still smell her. See? I'm not saying that you're not going to remember her, but I mean, like, if she has a smell, you're going to remember her extra. You know, you're going to remember her like, hey, when she, damn, I can still smell her. Or when you kiss a girl, then your breath smells like the whole ride home. Your breath and your clothing smell like her. You can smell it on your breath. Yeah, that's funny as shit. Anyway, you can smell it. You can smell her. Yeah. Anyway, so let me go on. Back to Isaiah 20 and 4. But I'll read 19 again. So it says here, Isaiah 19, and just to rub it in there. Isaiah 19 and 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts. So now going to the precept on that one, what happened in the ancient time. Like I said, nowadays it pertains unto Esau. He's going to be made bare, and he's going to be made naked. Spiritually first, physically next. Just like how they had us on the auctioning blocks and stuff like that, all naked in there. That's the same thing that's going to happen to them. Right, so let me go on. No, it says right here, Isaiah 20:4. So shall the king of Assyria lead away the Egyptians prisoners and the Ethiopians captives, young and old, naked and barefoot, even with their buttocks uncovered, to the shame of Egypt. Okay, that happened to ancient Mizraim. Now fast forward to modern day spiritual Egypt and modern day spiritual Sodom, Esau. Isaiah 47:2. Take the millstone and grind meal, uncover the locks. So let me start at 1 again. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Verse 2. Take the millstone. I'm looking if the computer didn't fall out. Take the millstone and grind meal. You know, that's how you feed yourself, for example, right? Which is the food system of America is falling bits by bits anyway. So it says here, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. So what's happening? Back in the ancient days, the Most High put a cruel lord over the Mizraim Hamites, the Mizraim Egyptians, put them over them, and basically had them bare stripped naked and beat the shit out of them. Right? He did that back then. He put the cruel king over them. Right? But nowadays, the Most High is doing the same thing to Esau, but he's starting off spiritual. Right? So it says right here, Isaiah 47:1, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and will not meet thee as a man. So again, it's talking about the expose, right? Because the Most High said in the book of Obadiah chapter 1 verse 6, he said, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are the things of Esau discovered? Well, they're going to be discovered by the spirit of Yahawashi lifting up that skirt. Lifting up that skirt. You know, that spiritual skirt that Esau's wearing? He's physically wearing one too, but I'm not talking about that one. So it says right here. What was that? Alright, Daniel 7, I'll hold that yet. I'll finish up with the Daniel 7, but let me. Okay, so yeah. I'm looking up something. I started 9, then I'll stop at I think 12. So it says right here. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitudes of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. Like I said, the Most High is going to expose them and he's going to make them bare, and he's going to famish all the gods of the earth. And the point is, he's going to expose them to where everybody and their mama now knows about, you know, they're going to know it a little bit more better, because a lot of people know about Hollywood being a place of devil worshippers, and still they're trying to go. That shows you like, oh, you still trying to go? After that, you got told like, hey, you need to do blood sacrifices when you go up in Hollywood and say, you still trying to go? Okay. You okay? That shows you where your soul is at. Yeah. No Vaseline. You should play that Ice Cube song. Ice Cube. Ice Cube ain't the greatest, but he do his thing. But the acting part, kind of true. Not kind of, it's true. He is shitty. In Boys in the Hood, he was good though. Yeah, that's true. He was kind of good. He wasn't even that good neither. Remember, he ain't no gangster nigga like that. He tougher than me. Anyway, so verse 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. He trusts in that witchcraft that he has. Thou hast said, none seeth me. He think the Most High ain't seeing him. And he think that nobody be seeing him neither. Because all these expose videos, that's why they're off of YouTube. They went to BitU. All these videos back in the days, they used to expose Esau with all these satanic things that they have in Hollywood. All these videos that they used to, put on YouTube and stuff like that. Hoax videos. They ain't doing that no more because Esau took it away. And therefore, he's blinding the eyes of the youth that's growing up right now because they see influencers as something that you should model yourself after. Look up the word model in the dictionary. Google it. I just told you what it means, but you need to look it up yourself so you can see like, oh, so all these females on a catwalk, they're not models. That's not how you model your daughter. See? The word model means to something that you emulate, something that you copy. That is not something that you want your daughter to copy, my man. I'll tell you that. Anyway, the rest of 10. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it had perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Verse 11. Isaiah 47:11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly. Suddenly, I see some devils that I don't like. Got him. That's what the Most High is going to do to you. So, it goes on. So it says here, upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. The Jacob descendants have been from their youth with Yahawashi. Ezekiel chapter 16 shows you that, from our youth. You could say in Egypt, that's where we grew to be a nation. And then from there on, we went into the land of the Hittites and the Amorites and stuff like that, Canaanites. And there we modeled ourselves after Yahweh first, but eventually we modeled ourselves after the people of that land, which is spiritually known as the father of Jacob, the nation of Jacob, which is the Amorites and the Hittites. Thy father was a Hittite, and thy mother was an Amorite, or vice versa. Your father was an Amorite and your mother a Hittite, one of those two. Ezekiel 16 explains that to you. And that's because we started to model ourselves after those heathen nations. Psalms 106 also tells you that the Israelites started to sacrifice their children. So Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. So, you're not going to prevail. You can try if you want to, though. I know you want to, and I know you're going to try. So, what the Jacob descendants shouldn't be doing is modeling themselves after you. But then again, fuck them. If you wanna go out there, sell your soul, go do it. There's a lot of money in it, right? Money, right? Idiot. So in Daniel chapter 7 verse, the everlasting kingdom, because the kingdom of Esau is going to fall, the kingdom of Satan is going to fall. So people are worshiping the sun right now. Soon they're going to be worshiping the sun. The sun with the U, the orange ball in the sky, that one. People are worshiping him right now. Which the sun represents wisdom and stuff like that. But they're worshiping the wisdom of this world, and what comes with it is like the riches of this world. It's like all the other things that come with this world. People worship that. Right. So they do that, but soon they will be worshiping the lowly ones. Being a king, chilling up on a donkey and stuff like that. That's King Solomon did that. He got anointed not on the donkey, but he was going toward the anointment on a donkey, and that was all spiritual, because he was sitting on the mule, and then that was then in the future done by Yahawashi. He was sitting on the cowl of a donkey, and he was riding it, all cool and stuff. He was chilling. looking all dope. I can see it in my head right now. Legit. Daniel chapter 7 verse. Let me see. 13. Wait, no? 13. I'm gonna get the last one, then I'm gonna get out of here. Daniel 7 and 13 and 14. So it says here, I saw in the night visions. Whoa. Don't be falling now. I saw in the night visions. Let me read it again. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days. The Ancient of Days is the Most High. The clouds of heaven is the chariots. Isaiah 33 shows you what the pillar of cloud is. If you look up that word pillar of cloud, it says theopanty. If you look up that word theopanty, it says a physical manifestation of the Most High. And we know that to be the chariot. Because in Luke 9, it says that they entered into the cloud. Because it shows you right. So, Ezekiel 33 and 6, if I'm correct. And then, here, Luke 9 and 34. While he thus spake, there came a cloud and overshadowed them, and they feared as they entered into the cloud. And then the other one in Exodus chapter 33. I'll have to go to the Blue Letter Bible for this one. Hey, somebody calling me. Nope. Yeah, Isaiah 33. I told you not to come here. Isaiah 30, I'm almost done. Isaiah 33. Isaiah 33. And yeah, I'm ready. Got it. What's it? Isaiah 33. What the hell? Oh man. Let me do that. Isaiah 33 and wait, call you back, man. Okay. And eh? Oh yeah, okay. Wait. Isaiah 33 and 10, which says, okay, so it says, so Isaiah 33 and 10, which says, and all the people saw the cloudy pillar. So all the people saw the cloudy pillar stand at the tabernacle door. So they looked and they saw the cloudy pillar stand at the tabernacle door, right? So it says right here, and all the people rose up and worshipped every man in his tent door. So all the people saw it. They was like, oh man, okay. So if you look up the word cloudy, it goes into cloud mass, or cloudy, cloud mass, and then cloud mass, the first one. Well, explanation 1, cloud mass, explanation 2, cloud. But explanation 1, it says theopantic cloud. Now if you look up that word theopantic, and then you check out the word definition, it says here, a visible manifestation to humankind of it says here God. But we know that to be the chariot, because the scripture says in Luke 9:34, it says, and then they entered into the chariot, into the cloud, sorry, as they walked into the cloud. That's the chariot, right? So, Daniel 7 and Daniel 7 and 14. No. 13. I saw in the night visions, behold, one like the Son of Man, with the clouds of heaven, and came to the ancients of days. and came to the ancients of days, and they brought him near before him. So he came to the ancient of days with the clouds of heaven. Those are the chariots that you can walk up in it, man. If you're invited, of course. But I mean, like, you can step. The point is, they're physical things, chariots that you can touch, and it's not talking about the clouds, the fluffy little clouds that you see right now. It's not talking about them. So, verse 14, Daniel 7:14. So it says right here, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that should serve him. Let me read it again. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Like I said, Satan has been ruling for the past 6,000 years upon the planet Earth, and he's getting worse and worse. But Yahawashi, so the point is that every kingdom upon this planet Earth has gotten their prize, has gotten their time to rule, has gotten their kingdom and stuff like that, right? And they all ruled in the name of Satan. Right? All of them, until this day, they rule in Satan's name. And so the Most High is fair. He gave everybody the chance, right, to do their little thing, and he saw that eventually they're gonna choose the devil to worship, especially people in Hollywood. Anyway, they choose them, and then that's that. They got their time to rule, and then once the Jacob descendants get their time to rule, their time to rule, it's going to be on the final type tip, because Yahawashi is going to come, and the Jacob descendants are going to be joint heirs with him. So it's not our kingdom, it's his. We're just going to be there. You know how your friend got a fancy car? I don't like cars anyway. But your friend got a fancy car, and then you sit on the passenger seat, and then you got and then you got them guys sitting in the passenger seat trying to pick up girls and stuff like that. Funny as hell. Basically, that's what the Jacob descendants are going to do. But the 12 are going to be joint heirs. Well, all of them are going to be joint heirs. All of them are going to be, all the Jacob descendants are going to be joint heirs. But it says in Matthew 19 that the 12, they're going to be sitting up on 12 thrones, basically judging and ruling over the 12 tribes. Right? So Yahawashi is going to put it down like that. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to the Most High, Yahawashi, double honor unto the elder apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. And shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Shalom.